Hey, what is up? It is your girl, Katina Kane. In the meantime and in between time, I am back with another video. Now, I want to apologize. I forgot all about y'all. I could not remember if I made the video on marriage, love and marriage, Huntsville. Sorry, married at first sight. And I was like, did I make a video? So I looked on my account and I noticed I didn't make the most recent episode. So here we go. Boom. So we're going to start out with Noy and Steve. Now, first I was like, why is this 2 hours again? But I forgot it was the anniversary, right? So we're going to get right into it. Not detail by detail because I ain't going to make this one super long because your girl. Boom. Anyway. So, Steve and Noy. Steve and Noy, they're still at the same pace. You know, they had a really, really, really good stance in their relationship still. Like Noy said, 80% good with a 20% chance of some bad rain. And I'm still magnified with their chemistry. It's still on board. They're a great couple. I love the way they lie. But what is the big problem? The job is still the huge problem. And so, you know, with this one being about the anniversary mainly, did you notice how each couple, and I'm speaking on each couple too, I'm saying how each couple, you know how they had, like, Steve started out with his brother and he was confessing his relationship or his portion of the relationship with his brother. And it's funny how each couple in each relationship told something about what they were going through, but they never really got to the real truth of the detail. Like, for example, Steve was like telling his brother about the noodle incident with Noy, but he didn't tell him how Noy felt about him not having a job and how that was really the issue in their situation. And Noy did the same thing. She didn't talk about, you know, the noodle incident with her friend. She was more like pointing the finger at him about still not having a job. Or even Katina and Elijah, like, Katina told her friend, oh, you know, certain things about the relationship, but she didn't say, you know, hey, I'm not measuring up. He don't think I can cook, or, you know, blah, blah, blah. This, it was, everybody was kind of blaming the other, you know, their opposite partner. And it was just crazy how everybody did that. Nobody kept it real on what was the main portion of the relationship that was really the focal, or what the other person did. Like, no one took responsibility. Like, if I was to confess my friend, Sam Katina, I would have been more like, you know, he thinks I'm not married to me. He didn't know where I was as far as the level of being a wife or a woman or being able to take care of issues. But, you know, it's funny how nobody kept it super honest in that aspect or that point. But, you know, I like the details of everyone who, you know, when it came to their anniversary, you know, just how everybody pulled out their bag of tricks and basically, you know, did really special things to keep the other person, like, in remembrance of why this was a special day, why we were paired together, why we are together. Will we make it? Is this something that we want to be longevity, or is it a moment? As far as Noy and Steve, again, they are still a wonderful, awesome couple. It looks promising, but that one detail, and, you know, I'm wondering how much of their episode is part of the show. You got to remember, this is a TV show, so they have to have some kind of drama. And I'm thinking, is this part the scripted part where he doesn't have a job, doesn't hold a job? Because for me, it just doesn't seem like Steve is that kind of person to be like with no job, no plan. And that's how he's coming across. So I'm like, okay, this is a show. how much of this is the scripted part to make us be one, to have a wonder of, are they going to make it to the end? Will they be that shining couple? Is this a real issue? Like, that's the point I'm having a problem with. Like, is this a real issue to the point where it is truly a problem? Like, like it's truly the situation. I just don't believe it, because to me, Steve don't come across as that kind of, laid back, charismatic person who just is just hippie-ish. He doesn't give me the hippie vibes. Now, smart, careful, and calculated maybe, but other than that, so again, I'm wondering, in the end, will this all work itself out so that they can truly stay married and be the flourishing couple that we see them to be? Or, I like Noy. She knows what she wants, and she's not going for any of it if he's not married. And I see she's attached, but she don't want to get too attached if he ain't got a job. It's just not going to work for her. And I'm glad. I was like, she's a smart girl. She's not going to let all the affection and everything weigh her down for what she truly wants. And that's someone to, two incomes better than one, two heads better than one, and not be carrying the load all herself. So, yeah. So moving on to my two kooky favorites, and that is Michael and Jasmina. I always call them my weird couple. They are still my weird couple, because Michael he doesn't get it. Oh my God. Michael is so left behind. Michael, my poor baby. Okay, Michael, again, he comes across like he just really don't know what to do in relationships. Like, this is so brand new to him. Like, someone got to coach him what to do. The first thing, if I was to coach him, is I tell him, okay, now she didn't already open the door and let it be known that there are days she's receptive to getting close to that third level, meaning booty bang, booty bang. The bedroom action. I mean, I feel like he's so focused on communication, and if I hear him talk about communication one more time, I'm going to go through that TV myself, and I'm going to set Michael straight. I appreciate that he wants to get the communication part together and get it, get them together as one, but boo, you was just stuck on one thing. You got a one-track mind. Your focus is not on the intimacy part of the relationship. For me, if I'm in a relationship with a guy and I have attraction enough to, if he tried it, it probably could work, but he's not trying it, you're going to end up in the friend zone. You're going to end up in a friend zone to the point where you can't touch me after a while. You can't touch me. We can't be together. There's none of that going down, because I can't see you like that after a while. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he better make some moves. And, one thing I noticed about every couple is there must be really a lot of good times behind the scenes once the camera is off, because if you notice, like, everybody that gets into it or have like hard times, bad times, a big argument, by the time we see them again, they're laughing, they came together, they, on a different tune. So obviously that off-camera action is pretty good between most couples. It's just when we get on camera. And I feel like when we get the camera action with Michael, it's like he goes right back into a robotic scene of, let's talk about communicate, what we were on when the scene ended. It's like, dude, please move on. We want to see you grow. We get it. We want to see you grow, and we want to see you move to that next level. We want to see more affection. It's like he's scared. Sometimes guys are scared, and it's good to be appropriate, but it's good to try every now and then. I want a guy that's bold. You know, my mouth might be saying no, but part of me might be saying yes. And so you got to kind of, try. If he was to pick a movie night and hold her hand and maybe kiss her on the cheek and, see if he can move from the cheek to the neck and see how far he probably could get outside of just worrying about communication and could okay. So once you're intimate with somebody, sometimes that softens you up to other things and you're able to let go. I feel like he needs something to let go. And I think being more touching and sexual, and even though she said, she got to like you like that in order to get to that level, I feel like being more touching and loving and things like that will get you to a I like you level, because she's attracted to him. She thinks he has a nice body. There's just things that she says and the way she kind of looks at him at times that lets you know she can see him in that sexual flirtation way. What kills it for her is he goes back to talking about communication, the same things, or he brings up old, he can't get outside the box. What Jasmina's problem is for me still, and she's doing a great job by trying to be patient enough to go through the process and deal with Michael, because Michael is a different pickle boy. And she's doing a wonderful job. She just doesn't have the patience. That's my only dilemma with her. She doesn't. Jasmina is like, she's really kind of over it. And if he don't be careful, he's just going to end in the friend zone. And it's not going to be nothing we can do. If it goes on 2 goes, it's over. Some kind of spark in 2 more episodes, we can call it a wrap. But I really don't want to give up on any of these couples, so I'm way down to the wire, because I just see really a strong connection with these two. The one thing that I'm beating Michael up, that I also like about Michael, is that he is taking the time to get the communication fixed so that there are no errors down the line. I think his patience and longevity could pay off to something so solid. And, I think that when you rush into a lot of other stuff, that's where somewhere down the line it'll be so complicated, because you didn't give tune to things you needed to just be focused on more than sex and touch. And so it's kind of a 2-way street that I'm on, and but I love the fact that he was so romantic. I loved his anniversary. I love Jasmina and Michael's anniversary. He really put a lot of thought into the details. Showed, you want romance, lady? You want romance, ladies? Michael will give you romance. That, he was just, that for me, it wasn't everything, but it was a turn on. And I'm like, with that part of the situation, because once you get everything else lined up, this dude can be romantic and put you in the mood, because nothing gets you like pulling out details that is just so, the gesture is just so authentic and romantic, basically. Just romantic, just special, just laid out just for me, a custom just for me. So yeah, that did it for me. So I'm hoping as they process continue, I'm hoping that, that they can fix this box that he's stuck in as far as communication. Please, Michael, I want to see y'all move and progress and get to the next level. I want to hear some pennies dropped. I don't know if we ever gonna get to that point, but that's what I want to see. Okay, so moving on to Mark and Lindsey. Whew. I must say I had a breakthrough with Mark. I had a breakthrough. I know I've been giving Mark the business, and but I had a breakthrough with Mark. Mark really came. His explanation for not connecting with Lindsey and giving the situation a chance that he may get there. Well, he was in detail about having the patience to maybe turn things around to get to a point where he likes her more and probably see himself longevity in a marriage with her. And I was like, okay, Mark. Their anniversary for me was a nah. I'm not earthy like that. But I was glad that she liked the details of their anniversary and what they did on their date. The pizza. I was like, if Lindsey don't stop being a saint, she was doing too much. And then the pizza was burned. Was it good? She was like, yeah. I looked at her plate. I said, dang, that pizza burned. I was like, that was a little much. Anyway, I just thought, Mark is still at the same place. Like I said, I don't know what's going on behind the camera, but to me, Lindsey is a little delusional, just a bit. She's like, you gotta work hard for me, and and he's kind of like, huh? She's telling him things that Lindsey doesn't know how she comes across. I still like Lindsey. Don't get it twisted. I'm just keeping it 100 about Lindsey because we go for people. Okay. I still like how hard Lindsey goes for the people. You guys, sorry, my Wi-Fi either it's my Wi-Fi going in and out, but forgive it. Anyway, so yeah, Lindsey is she's still kind of clueless to me about what's really going on in her marriage and why the connection is not there. I feel like she's being still supportive and laid back, and she's not coming across so aggressive, but that's to me because, the situation has kind of calmed down. I think she's still kind of pushy and tries to tell him what to do and how to feel, but Mark is still a man, so Mark is going to do what Mark wants to do. Mark still have to focus on his life, even though he needs to get to know her. I feel like he's doing that. But at the end of the day, if they don't work out and it's not a solid situation, Mark needs to know what Mark is going to do. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't have a place to stay. Mark is in a bad situation. So Mark, and he knows it. He can't just sit around focusing on trying to get to know her. That's not what men do. She's telling him to do something a woman would do. So her telling him, don't rush out to get a job. Get to know, when you got some janky Wi-Fi, there is nothing you can, or when your Wi-Fi is being janky, there's nothing you can do. So yeah, that's how I felt about them. Like I said, all my couples, I'm just going to go. I have to go through the process with them to see where we go because it's still a television show. It's still going to hold back. It's not going to give us the real deal and full throttle because, it's still got to make people like me review it, talk about it, discuss it, and play this guessing game with us because some of this can be a little forcefully scripted and some of it is just authentic. You know what I'm saying? Authentic enough that we still will be able to tell at the end of the day where this might go. And I'm hoping for Lindsey and him. Right now, he's still leaning against a no. And I get it. I get it. He sees Lindsey's qualities. He's very well. He understands what she brings to the table, but it's still just her behavior and her savage ways is a no. I think it would be a no for me too if she was a male, even though I like Lindsey and I understand her as a person, but as a person, that's good. As a mate, not so much. So they drug this fight out between Katina and Elijah. I was really upset to get the last few, and this was what it was. I mean, not that I expected it to be juicier than what it was, but kind of I did. Because it was like the focal of the whole show, and this huge, to find out why they was at that moment, I was like, Elijah, oh, sweetie. On Mad Street at him. Like, don't embarrass your camp like that. Like, he really chose the route of embarrassment for his people. And it's like, dude, you just cannot be this childish. Like, so when it came to Elijah and Katina, of course things were going good. I felt like they rose to the occasion from their prior fight, which that last fight gave me all the red flags in the world. I would not pick Elijah. I would not be in a situation with Elijah. He does things in a harsh way. And when you don't know someone, like I said, the cameras are on. What is he like outside of that? The only thing that keeps me from really like crash burn with Elijah is he does take accountability when he acknowledges his ways. And I think that nobody's perfect, but if you can acknowledge your ways and really take on who you are in a situation, there's help for you. So that's the only reason why I can look at a situation and be like, okay, they've forgiven one another, they're back together, they're laughing, ha ha ha, because certain things that Elijah is doing to me gives me a person that has a lot of pride and has just ornery ways about them, very ornery. The way he held it in, like everything is going good at the dinner table, everybody is eating and having good rapport about their togetherness with their partner, even if they kept it honest and real and 100. It was respect mainly all around the board with each couple. And then when it gets to Elijah and Katina, this sucker pulls out the biggest disrespect of the night, of the day, of the moment. And it's like, it was just so embarrassing and uncalled for. It was like, I would never accept that from someone. And I'm glad Katina blew up, because when you let one thing get out of hand, a person to think that they can do it all the time. I would have laid more into him than what she did. I would have really roasted him. And, I don't like to cuss and stuff like that. I think that's a waste of time. But I probably actually would have said at least one cuss word to him, because I want him to understand the severity of where he took that kind of embarrassment. He definitely was trying to embarrass her. First, let's deal with the app. I got so many apps on my phone. Every now and then I have to delete some because I forget about them. And, so many apps I'm not even using anymore that maybe I was using at a certain time in my life. But, because, you forget to drop apps. It's nothing. The fact that he waited to ask her in front of everybody, you want me to tell you in front of everybody, like a little kid, like that gave me elementary vibes. But it told me Elijah is running scared like a little boy. It's like, remember when I told y'all, like, if cooking was like so important to him, why didn't he tell the experts right off? It's like he looking for a reason to be like, okay, this is why it's over. This right here. This is the reason why we can't continue on and move a different level. This is why I can't trust her. This is why, it was one of those reasons where he's using something to make a disturbance for the reason why he can't fully give his heart or shouldn't give his heart, or just I was floored at his reaction. It made me very uncomfortable because he's a pest. That was pest behavior. I loved the way Katina kept her cool and her composure, and how she really kept bringing him back to the focus of his pettiness. She did not let him get outside the box. She did not let his reasoning go astray. She kept him right center focus of what he was doing wrong, and could you imagine sitting there having to deal with another couple's mess? That was unfair to the people around them. It just was really uncalled for, and he handled it very juvenile. I don't know what it's going to be like with him after that. For me, that was just a red flag of how petty he's going to get. In the end, he made up something that was irrelevant and had nothing to do with nothing. It shows that he has a very jealous spirit. It shows that he's very insecure. It showed that he just moves off assumptions so he can be very immature and not think things through. And that's scary, because if you're giving your heart to a man like that and it's something else that comes up that's really petty and not that big, but he won't hear anything you have to say because he's taking it the way he wants to. He's not ready. I wouldn't put my ducks in a row with him, because it give you mixed messages. Is he here for the show? That kind of gave me that Elijah is here for the show. That was entertaining, and it's like he purposely used that as a confrontation. There's no way he didn't. There's no way nobody is finding something like that on a person's phone and not understanding to ask them, you still have an account? Are you still on this? It's like he seen it real quick on his toes, thought, I'm about to embarrass her real quick. It's a way to control you, you know what I'm saying? By, again, belittling her like he's been doing really on the sneak the whole time. Elijah puts her down. When she doesn't do the things he do, like fix his credit, buy a house, just different, he really tries to make her feel a certain way. And that's so that in the end, he can have a control over her, beat her down in ways where she'll have low self-esteem and believe in herself. And he can really manipulate and control her mind by making her feel this small compared to him. And, that's an old psychology technique that he's not doing it like most men who, what do you bring to the table kind of guys? Because he's giving me that type of man. Like, he's that, what do you bring to the table guy? He's coming across as him, but he's doing it in a different way. And he's slowly rowing her boat with it too. Like, it's like he's zooming in on little flaws and little things that I wouldn't even say she's opening herself up to. It's little things that don't matter that he gets to play on, because, who's thinking, like, erase everything off my phone? Like, first of all, you shouldn't be looking through my phone like that. That lets me know that you're some kind of kooky. You look through my phone, and to me, You just disrespected me and violated my privacy. I don't care if I'm your husband and you're my, if I'm your wife and you're my husband, sorry. I don't care. I still have a level of privacy that you just don't go beyond without asking me. Like, just because you're my husband doesn't give you full permission to go through my stuff. Like, it just gives me, again, a controlling vibe about him that's going to either get worse or get better. Right now, the cameras are there, and so he can't fully throttle show out. He's showing out, but he can't go all the way with it. And you don't know what kind of turn up he's going to be on after you say I do. So for me, I don't know. Just like he said, I don't know who I married. I don't know. You're a stranger. When he said that, you're a stranger, I said, he's playing some kind of game, because even though you guys don't know each other, you're married and you're getting to know each other. Don't call me a freaking stranger after 30 days. We're not a stranger. And for him to take it back to that level, it was like, I got you, Elijah. I got your whole MO. I got the message. You ain't got to worry about me. It's just a lot of levels that you can take from Elijah Wan's actions. So I don't, I'm hoping, again, each couple makes it. But Elijah Wan is one that I would really put on the rocks. I'm hoping even Jasmina and Michael can work through their small dysfunction that they have. Get out the box, Michael. Get out the box. But I think that they could be a strong marriage if he just get out the box. But Katina and Elijah Wan, I do think Katina is she's very patient. I think with Elijah Wan, it's going to take a girl like Katina. Did y'all see how she was like, I don't know if I would have been that calm to be like, and then respond. Her response was pretty calm too. Like, she turned up a little bit and said, take this off of me before you see the real Katina. But I was like, girl, why are you holding back? This is the moment. Go off, go in, turn up, let this dude have it. He deserves every minute and level of your turn up. Please. He would have got, okay. You don't want to know my special. My turn up would have been so entertaining for the TV. I would have went all the way in and then been like, sorry, love me still. Because if you're going to play that game on me, I'm going to play that game back on you and see if you can accept what I give you. Since you want me to accept this embarrassment you just gave me because you felt like it. And you purposely used something so small and made it a turn up moment, because to me, that's the level of TV. So with that, I'm going to say I'm happy for a new episode coming. We got a few more episodes left, and yeah, I'm going to ride all these couples to the end. I want to see who's going to make it. Now I'm because who we think gonna make it might not be the ones who make it. And I think that Noy and Steve are solid, but then again, they're not, because you got that one issue. Not Steve, but Mark and Lindsey are never solid. Jasmina and Michael, hope things turn around and move to the next level of intimacy so that you can soften up and get solid. And Elijah Wan and Katina, y'all, I don't know. I ain't gonna say, because he's abusive, and I just don't want to say I hope they make it through, because Elijah Wan is abusive, and I don't want to see any woman get in a situation and that can't handle it. Now, I don't want to put too much on Elijah Wan, but I'm just going by what I see and what I sense. And I've been down that road before. He's abusive, but I hope that I'm wrong. Can I say that? I hope that I'm wrong to the level that they do make it and they come out and they be successful, and I have to pick my face up. I want to pick my face up. I want to be wrong because I love black love and I want to see more of it. I want to see more successful black couples come out of these shows. Not trying to make it a black show. I'm just saying I'm black and I want to see some love. I want to see some success in relationships. We need more of it. We need to see more of it. Elijah is not even used to dating black women, so it would be nice to see him fall in love with an African American woman and really be happy. That's what I would like. All right. I want to thank y'all for watching. Thank all 10, 15, 20, 25. I don't even know if I got 25 of my supporters, but if I get to 25 of my supporters, I want to please take time to comment, share, subscribe, talk to me. And I do believe in my Cash App, because just in case you want to, bless a sister, please feel free to donate. I won't discriminate. And I will see you next time. I want to apologize for being so late. I did forget, and y'all know that I'm working on forgetfulness. I was going to say I'm getting better, but I cannot say that because I'm so late doing this video. All I can say is more will be coming from me because I'm going to cover Love and Marriage Huntsville. Yes, I am. My show is back, and I want to just spread myself wide open with it. And so thank you again for supporting your girl, and love y'all, and see y'all next time. In the meantime and in between time, I'll be back with another video. Bye.